love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always
Namaste friends. Today we are getting into the very important backbone of AWS called EC2. This is chapter 9. EC2 is Elastic Compute Cloud. Why is it a backbone? What is an EC2? What are all the different kinds of EC2? There will be lots of hands-on lab, but not in this one. So let's take a deep dive. EC2, I once again repeat, is the main backbone of AWS. Alright, so let's actually see it and let's take a deep dive.
Say friends, today we are getting into the important part of AWS, okay, which is called EC2. The EC2 is Elastic Compute Cloud. So we'll be seeing about EC2 and we'll be seeing at a high level how the EC2 looks like, but next lecture will be like hands-on demo. Let me, actually tell you an interesting story before the EC2 actually started. So I'm a kid born in the late 70s, okay. So back in the 90s when the internet was a boom, what used to happen is we used to buy a standard server size, and there always used to be a problem of server being down. So whether you're going to actually upload a static website or whether you're going to upload something really big, it does not matter. You have to buy a standard server, and the cost and maintenance of the server and everything was like huge. So one person on Amazon back in 2003, actually 2 employees, they actually wrote a white paper telling that, why can't we actually have an a la carte system, like pay for what you only eat and not for the entire meal, which is not even necessary. Okay, so imagine a person like us, some of us would have actually said, oh, this is a stupid idea. So we were not only discouraged him, but also actually taken out the idea. A good number of us have actually done that, and it is not something new. But they actually went to the right channel, and this person is a visionary, so he not only encouraged, so he actually said research more about the same and let's see what we can do. So then Amazon EC2 was actually formed. Okay, so this EC2 is become a very big game changer, and if I would have actually invented the EC2 right now, I should be having lots of millions of dollars. Okay, so that person who not only had that idea, who also spearheaded, I'm pretty sure what kind of stocks they have, and Amazon would have actually taken care of them, very fine. Okay, so this is EC2. So EC2, what they actually did was, we're going to see what is the EC2, the pricing options. As it is said, it is a secure, resizable compute capacity in the cloud. Okay, so it is like a virtual machine only, but it is resizable. You can actually increase it as you want, decrease it as you want, the capacity that you need, and you're in control of your own instance. It was a game changer. You only pay for what you use, and there is no wasted capacity, because if you're building a house, you will know the basement, you will know what kind of house you want, you know how many rooms, you know how many bedrooms, bathrooms, everything is in your control. You're not going to build a house just like that. You will have a plan, you'll put a floor plan, basement, everything, the foundations and everything. So so that is exactly what is also happening in the EC2. So the EC2, initially a long-term investment of 3 to 5 years in the server, so on-premises infrastructure. But with the EC2, you have different kinds of EC2. So 4 kinds. One is an on-demand, where you actually do it on the demand. The other is a reserved, if you need 3 to 5 years, and the cost will be extremely less. 1 to 3 years, the cost will be extremely less, 72% discount on the hourly charge. The spot is you have a quick overload. It is not that very important, but you still need it, and you actually bid a price on it. And once a price actually comes, the server actually opens up and you actually run it. So this is called the spot. And then you have a dedicated for the government services. So these are the 4 different things, and there'll be 4 different prices. Okay, so it is not the same for across. All right. So what does it give me? It is flexible. It is, there is something called as a short-term spiky. This is a spot, unpredictable workloads, that cannot be interrupted. And then we can actually test the water by choose which EC2 that we want. So the reserved is basically you reserve something when you're going to do something on a constant basis. You actually reserve. So when you have a predictable usage, when you feel okay, this is how it is going to be, I expect this kind of a usage, this is going to be dedicated, then a predictable with some capacity requirements, you actually pay upfront, and it is 72% discount of the on-demand price. You can there are, you can actually increase it or decrease it. Okay, so that is a different story. Okay, so the servings, the reserved instances, as you save up to 72%, you commit from 1 to 3 years. It is super flexible. Okay, it is super flexible. Not only EC2, there's also serverless technology like Lambda and Fargate, which you'll also be seeing. Lambda is also like a game changer. Okay, it is super flexible. Okay, it is like serverless. Okay, when to use a spot instance? When you have an urgent capacity, when it is flexible and cost sensitive. Okay, then we actually go for spot instances. Okay, so when you have thing of like, you're flexible at the start and end time, you don't worry about like when you're going to be using, constantly using, then you, as I said, like, you actually bid and it actually comes as a spot. Okay, applications that are only, it comes at a very, very low compute prices, because that is what you quote. And if it is not there, it is not there, and if it is lost, it is lost, but it is a spot. Okay, so like, this is a spot. A dedicated is someone who's actually being dedicated to you. Okay, like a government, compliance, on demand, licensing. Okay, so all these things, like, if it is going to be dedicated, you need someone who's actually dedicated to you, then you go for the dedicated. Okay, and this can be purchased up to 70% off the on demand. So if you see this, the on demand is the highest price, on spot instance is kind of low, reserved, and this thing, the reserved is 72%, and this is like 70%. But you have to commit for a longer duration. All right, so that is also there. So what did we learn? The EC2 is nothing like but a virtual machine hosted in your AWS instead of your data center. So initially there used to be a data center, but right now that is not. It is a la carte, pay for what you eat, nothing else more. You can wait. If you can actually get the entire server up and running in minutes across the globe, why would you want to wait for months like what happened in the 90s? Like pay, wait, a lot of protocols and stuff, where everything is right now easy, global, go global in a matter of minutes. Okay, so that is what the EC2 is. As I said, on demand, spot, reserved, dedicated. On demand is pay per the hour or second, depending upon the type of instance you run. Great for flexibility. Spot is, you can go up to 90% discount. But it is fluctuating. It is great for application with a flexible start and end time. Reserved is 72% off the on demand, 1 to 3 year commitment. Dedicated is a server dedicated to you, more or less like 70% off. Okay, so alright, so if you have any questions, where to actually contact. And let's actually quickly see where this EC2 is, but we will be getting into this EC2 in the next lecture, not right away. So if you go to services and if you go to storage, or I can actually type in EC2 here. Okay, EC2, the virtual service in the cloud. I can actually type this here, and boom, I don't have anything running right now, so but I can actually launch an instance, which will be covering the next lecture. Till we see next time, take care, cheers, thank you, bye.
Namaste friends, I trust you have actually watched my lecture on EC2, probably liked it. If you have any questions, kindly contact me. I'll actually try to help you to the best of my abilities. Like always, I would like to thank two persons. One is you for giving me a golden time, and the other is my wife Jayashree, following me to follow my passion. Till we see next time, take care, cheers.